What is up, guys? It is AJ from MMA Experts, and we are talking about the Bellator main event fight between Gegard Mousasi and Douglas Lima. Went 5 rounds, and we saw Gegard Mousasi crowned the champion. Let's talk about what actually happened. I took some notes throughout the fight that I did want to bring up. Great win for Gegard. I mean, Douglas Lima is one of the best welterweights in the world, including the UFC. But let's talk about round one. You could see Lima was obviously having his back near the cage. He's being pushed backwards by Gegard Mousasi. Mousasi then comes in, clinches him up a bit against the cage and shows some control there. Has him down against the cage, has his back a bit, and then towards the end of the round, really unloaded some good ground and pound after he landed that takedown. And it was a very dominant first round for Gegard Mousasi, 10-9 without a doubt. Maybe even some people could have scored it at 10-8, but 10-9 is a lot more reasonable. Wasn't near fight-ending damage, but there was a lot of ground and pound, and he did definitely outstrike Douglas Lima by a significant amount. Now round two starts, and it's honestly kind of more of the same, but just striking. It was the pressure from Gegard Mousasi. He was moving forward, causing Lima to move back. And now, of course, Gegard had a lot of respect for the power of Douglas Lima. I mean, he's known for it. He has a lot of knockout power. But Gegard Mousasi is a very skilled technical striker with an extremely high fight IQ. You saw Lima land a couple nice strikes, but the more significant strikes were for Gegard, and then he had a bit of cage control as well. And it was just another round, 10-9, Mousasi. That's round two. Round number three begins, and it's more of the same, more competitive than the first two, and maybe potentially the judges could have slightly swayed it towards Lima. Personally, I felt that Mousasi still had the forward pressure and still was having the cage control. Another round for Mousasi, so now it's 3-0 Mousasi. Lima really needed a finish. Round four, he comes out. And it's kind of just, again, similar. It was Mousasi pressuring forward, landing the better of the strikes. But granted, Lima did have his moments and threw some big power shots, some nice leg kicks, but nothing significant enough. And then in round three, Mousasi with an excellent late takedown to secure the round. Personally, I could have seen that fight scored 50-47. I know one of the judges had it 48-47. Another one had it 49-46 and 49-46. I understand the 49-46 scores. 48-47, not so much, because I could potentially see round number three going for Douglas Lima. I keep calling him Diego. I do apologize. I followed his brother for years as well, and sometimes you mix those two up, but big level of skill differential between the two. I was super impressed, though, by the heart of Douglas Lima. I mean, he's an absolute monster, one of the best in the world. In my opinion, though, Gegard Mousasi showed his elite level skill set and his high fight IQ against one of the best welterweights on the planet. People have talked about potentially seeing Usman take on Douglas Lima, and there's a chance that we would see Lima win that fight. I don't think that changes anything. I still think Lima's one of the best welterweights. He moved up to middleweight and took on one of the best middleweights in the world. Unfortunately, wasn't able to win, but did go 5 rounds and was a lot more competitive than Rory McDonald was in his fight against Gegard Mousasi by a significant amount. Really, I gotta say, I am very impressed by Gegard. He comes back looking excellent. Now, the problem is who is next for him at middleweight? With the crown now, back to Gegard. Unfortunately, Rafael Lovato Jr. Retires due to the brain issues. It was disappointing to hear. I mean, I really wish he could have stuck around because I would have loved to see the rematch with Gegard and Lovato. But unfortunately, we don't get to see that. I believe Anatoly Tokov could potentially be in the mix. He might need a fight or so. Don't be shocked if you see Gegard Mousasi moving up to light heavyweight and maybe potentially try to challenge for a belt there, or maybe just taking a big fight against maybe Corey Anderson if he's able to get past Melvin Manhoff, and they're not looking to do the title shot for Corey right away. Phil Davis is in the mix. I mean, there's definitely a lot of fun options for Gegard Mousasi moving forward. The middleweight division, though, in Bellator, a little bit thinner than it could be. I think we're going to need to maybe potentially scout some talent from elsewhere and sign them in to come fight Gegard Mousasi. He looked absolutely fantastic. But now, for Douglas Lima, with this loss, where does he go from here? It's not a devastating loss. It's very disappointing. I mean, granted, it would be great for him to capture a second world title, but at the end of the day, he lost a very hard fight, and at the end of the day, he was competitive, at least at moments of the fight. In my opinion, Douglas Lima has two options. I think Neiman Gracie, if he's looking for a very intense grappling challenge, I mean, that would not be an easy fight. Neiman Gracie is, in my opinion, potentially next. But the MVP fight will always be looming. The rematch, MVP is a big name. Granted, I think that Douglas Lima will dominate MVP and knock him out again. You saw that, Gegard Mousasi, a guy that has fought up to 205 pounds, is nervous of the power. I don't think that MVP would be able to take the shots, and I think we would see Douglas Lima win that fight. Overall, very entertaining card in the co-main event. We saw Henry Corrales defeat Brandon Gertz, and then we also saw Jake Hager nearly lose to Colton in that fight. It was competitive, could have gone either way. I got to give respect to Colton. He really put up a good show, but Jake Hager, a.k.a. Jack Swagger, does get the win on the scorecards. Excellent card. Main event, fantastic. Was great to see Douglas Lima and Gegard Mousasi go at it. Two of the best fighters on the planet in their respective weight classes, and then moving up to 185 for Douglas Lima and challenging Gegard Mousasi for the vacant belt. Unfortunately, he comes up short, but still a lot of potential for Douglas Lima, and maybe one day we'll be in the UFC and we'll get to see those big fights. And as for Gegard, as I mentioned, we'll see what the next challenge is. A little bit slim at middleweight, but there's going to be somebody. Thank you guys all so much for watching the What Actually Happened, Lima versus Mousasi. Also, what's next for both these guys, the full fight breakdown as well. Also, my scorecard. I personally had it 49-46, I believe, or 50-45 rather, but I could see 49-46 as well. But thank you all so much. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, guys, follow my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll see you all in the next video.